Hey there, this is Tony Alonso coming at you from Eagle Mountain, Utah. I wanted to share this instructional video with you from the Coursera course titled Introduction to Music Production. This is week 5, lesson 4 on dynamic effects, and I'll be focusing on demonstrating compression on drums. And so I hope you'll find this video useful, and that's some of my gear that I've used. And now let's jump into my DAW, and this is Cakewalk Sonar X3. And here I have individual tracks. I have the snare recorded on one track, and then an overhead on another track. It's a large condenser. Then I have a kick drum mic there with the kick mic, and then I have a second overhead. And let's hear how this sounds. So as you can tell, that's sounding pretty good. It's good for just the raw recording, but this definitely needs to be tuned up and for it to sound even better. So let's jump into some EQ. I've already set some EQ parameters for every track, and this is the snare here. But I just wanted to focus in on whatever the individual microphones were designed to record and highlight and emphasize those different areas of the drums. And so as you can see, every channel here is EQ'd, and let's see how that sounds. Well, that's already a noticeable difference. As you can tell, that's sounding much better, but we can even focus in more specifically on some of the sounds as we look at compression. And so here's my compression setup in Sonar. I'm just using the plugin that came with the software. But basically, let me walk you through some of these settings. The threshold is how loud the signal has to be before the compression's applied. The ratio is how much compression is applied. And the attack is how quickly the compressor starts to work once it kicks in. Release is how soon after the signal dips below the threshold after the compressor stops working. The knee is how much it compresses after the compression kicks in. And the gain is used in order to boost the compressed signal, because compression often attenuates the signal based on however much you compress it. So let's hear this. Hey, now that's really starting to sound good. As you can tell, it's emphasizing some areas, controlling other areas. It's really sounding great. Now let's move to adding a little bit of reverb on the drums. I use some predetermined settings and then tweak them a little bit just to give it a little bit of presence. And then I think that's really going to bring things together. The room that I use is fairly small and doesn't have much acoustic value, but let's enable these effects here with the reverb, and then let's see how it sounds. And there you have it. That's how you compress drums and how to make them sound great. I hope you enjoyed the video.